Every year, a colorful and joyful spring festival is celebrated in Indian cities. Participating in it is a sensational experience. On the first day, a bonfire is lit, there is much loud singing and dancing. On the other hand, the second day of Holi involves sprinkling colored powder and pouring water on each other. Nowadays, synthetic dyes are used, but in the past the powdered paints were made from plants. The multicolored dust filling the streets is a really interesting sight that positively inspires and improves the mood.
The festival, held in the summer, commemorates the emperor's entry into Yamaga. During the festival, the city streets are decorated with lit lanterns resembling castles and temples. What is impressive is the fireworks display and the sight of around 1,000 women dressed in kimonos, singing and performing a traditional dance. The men, on the other hand, have a different role. They create a path of pine torches and act out the scene of a party in the emperor's city. The festival
Radish Night is undoubtedly the original festival celebrated in Oaxaca. When radishes were brought to America in the 16th century, merchants wishing to advertise them made sculptures of them. The tradition has endured, and since 1897, during the Noche de Rabanos festival, the best makers of radish sculptures have won cash prizes. The vegetable figurines are put on display in a competition. Very often they present scenes relating to religion. Several types of radish grown especially for this festival are used to create these interesting vegetable works. They are characterized by their large size and various shapes.
Since the mid-19th century, battles for juicy, ripe oranges have been organized every year in the town of Ivrea. The ammunition is approximate 300 tons of fruit. Apparently, the tradition has its roots in the following story. A long time ago, a girl beheaded a local tyrant and thus liberated the town. Today, the bully's head is symbolized by oranges. Some also consider this fruit war symbolic of the Battle of Barbarossa. It is worth knowing that tourists have the opportunity to join the teams. It is also important to be aware that such a battle, although the ammunition is fruit, can end in serious injury. Thus, the tradition is controversial and undoubtedly uncommon.
Menton celebrates a lemon festival every year. Traditionally, the main attraction of the Lemon Festival is the passage through the town's main streets of vehicles displaying large structures built from lemons stacked on top of each other. These are then displayed at designated points around the city. The display of lemons is accompanied by costume shows and concerts of regional music, handicraft fairs, and other exhibitions related to the traditions of Mentona. The fun continues even at night to the rhythms played by folk bands and orchestras. You can also watch the luminous illuminations during the shows in the Gardens of Light. It's loud, fun, and very lemony. Festa de São João do Porto is a festival that is celebrated in many parts of Portugal, but in Porto it is the most interesting and boisterous. During the summer solstice, people take to the streets to party, sing and dance. On the night of 23 to 24 June, they hit each other on the heads with hammers made of plastic. In the past, garlic flowers were used to hit each other. There are also competitions of letting go of paper lanterns and jumping over bonfires. If you are going to Porto, remember this festival. Festa de
El Colacho is a controversial celebration associated with Corpus Christi. Its most important element is jumping over children. Every year in Castrillo de Murcia, men in yellow and red costumes, which are associated with the devil, jump over small children who are lying in 2 rows in the street. Such an unusual leap is supposed to cleanse the children of original sin. The site is reserved for people with strong nerves.
In Ulu, an unusual event is the Pretend Guitar Championships, the Air Guitar World Championships. Sometimes, when we are reminded of a song, we start to move to its rhythm. The braver ones can impersonate artists and, pretending to play the guitar, enter the competition. Perhaps this is ridiculous and someone will consider it an unambitious task. However, the role of the championship is to promote world peace. Apparently, evil and wars will disappear if people play air guitars. Such a philosophy may not convince us, but the aim is a good one. After all, it is well known that music can soothe the savage. About 600 macaques live in Lop Buri, located about 150 kilometers from Bangkok. Every November, a feast is organized and the locals prepare a buffet filled with vegetables, fruits and other delicacies for the monkeys. People believe that this will make them happy and that a good deed will be rewarded. In addition, serving food to the macaques is a kind of thank you, as they make the town popular and frequented by tourists. Hindus and Buddhists adore animals and believe that in the next incarnation one can be reborn under their form. In May, near the city of Gloucester, Cooper's Hill hosts a competition where people throw themselves down a slope to catch up with a rolling puck of cheese. The treat must be overtaken and caught. The feat is not an easy one as the cheese rolls at high speed. The first person to grab the puck wins the competition, and the prize is, of course, the cheese. The races look fun, but the hill is quite steep and the competition is not the safest. Participants often do flips, but get injured in the process. For fans of yellow cheese, the competition can be a dream pastime.